So look, right? I didn't even bring my phone, so now I'm freestyling the questions. So I'm gonna introduce y'all to a new friend of mine, somebody who done popped off the platform and got some litty already.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Oh, hello everybody. My name is Megan Jones. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm an all-around artist. I don't necessarily put myself in a category.
Facts. So I've been getting good with just introducing people because the last 4 of my interviews I walked on, started talking for like 10 minutes. I ain't let nobody introduce. Somebody else I ended up didn't even get an introduction to the end, so it was like an outro. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. So
It's okay.
I'm working with it. I decided now that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an intro clip of me doing some cool stuff. I'm gonna have some cuts and it's gonna look real like fast paced, and then then when we start talking, it's gonna feel more organic, so I don't gotta keep doing that. So our first question I always wanna ask everybody is, because you don't know how long everybody's gonna stay watching, so we wanna get the good stuff out of the way. What's the best way to support you? Like, you know, everybody got different mediums, clothing, all types of things that they making. What's good for you right now?
You know what's crazy? When you to think of that question, the best answer I could say, the best way to support me is to continue being yourself.
Okay.
I feel like being in the Philly area, I've seen a lot of genuine artists, love for music, love for art, love for people, and that has been a major inspiration to me. So to support me, just keep being you. Literally.
And then you mentioned you're not from Philly, neither am I. I came up here off the strength of being inspired by the same thing. Like I went to a few shows.
And where are you from?
I'm from Virginia.
Virginia.
Well, that's where I was living. I'm not from Virginia. That's where I came from. I'm originally from the United Kingdom. That's a Gemini gem for y'all if y'all watch this episode.
Hey.
Yeah, I lived there for like 5 years, and then I moved over here.
My mom's from London.
Big. I'm saying big city stuff for real.
That's what's up.
So yeah, that's like what got me here. I'm like, yo, y'all are super cool. Like everybody got their own style, their own thing they doing. Everybody
Nobody
cares.
cares.
And stuff.
And I feel like in Philly, everybody sees everybody for who they truly are, not who they pretend to be. And when I mean it, like by saying that, it means like they bring the best in you out.
Wow, yeah. And even your answer, like everybody has a different answer. I didn't see yours coming. You dig? It's as far as just you can support me by being the best version of yourself. That's definitely a new one. So one thing that I always think about when I do my art or I'm creating these things, my goal with this is so I can show people that being an executive in music, I want to normalize that. That's what I want to be remembered for. That's what I want to use to accomplish doing this. What's one thing that you want to teach people or you would want people to learn from your life or the things that you share?
One thing that I would like to teach people or would like for them to learn, I feel like I just learned the term for it. It's called shadow work. And shadow work, the term that I knew of it before was heart work. One thing that I want to teach people how to accomplish within themselves is their own shadow work or heart work, and that's really just looking at yourself in the mirror and taking the time to change the things that you have the ability to change, because that is how you have the ability to change your reality. There are things that we can control and there are things that we can't control, but the things that we can control, it could be something as simple as waking up in the morning. I want to teach that mindset to be able to get past, okay, I know I need to get up at 7 a.m. because if I get up at 7, my day is going to be a lot smoother. However, we get up at 8, and it's just something so small that we can learn to adapt into our everyday mindset, our everyday habits that can just help us live a more successful life.
And I really, I need that in my life currently. Like when you started saying it, it started speaking to my life now, and the next thing it made me think, and I wanted to wait to ask, I didn't want to interrupt you, but it's like, have you always been like that? And is that something that you always wanted to do? Because when I think of myself, I'm like, wow, I never even realized that was important until like maybe like 5, 6, 7 years maybe. Have you always been like that?
No. So I am a foreign exchange investor and an educator, and this is a lot of information and knowledge that I received from my mentors. but it's also something that each and every one of us already know. So, and to be completely transparent, there's things that I know that I should do that I don't do. It's just a matter of knowing. And when you know, that voice in the back of your head is going to get it so annoying at one point that you're going to make that change, because the only person that can make that change is you. So, yeah, that's it.
No, I like that idea. One of the other guests that was here before, we were talking about how the universe has a means of like conspiring for you to do well. So it's almost like that's that voice you saying, like, once you done put it in your head, it's like ultimately your mind or some force within you gonna be like, that's what you needed to get done.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me check the footage real quick, make sure it look good and all that stuff before we